A very good afternoon. Welcome to yet another Uckfield Business Podcast with me, Ian Noble from the Chamber of Commerce in Uckfield. It's been a while. We haven't been on for a couple of months. We had December and January off. I was away for January, so that's why. My lighting's not great, so apologies if you're watching on the pod. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about that. We should have checked that earlier. But joining me today on the podcast is our president of the Chamber, Chris Dowling. Good afternoon, Chris. How are you today?
Hello. Good afternoon, Ian. Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today, Ian? All good?
Yeah, I'm good, my friend. Yeah, not bad at all.
You didn't tell the audience where you were last month. You weren't in Lewis or Hastings or something like that. You're a lot further afield. So come on, a few seconds on where you went to.
I took nearly 4 weeks out to go to New Zealand on a cruise, which is very nice. I can recommend it. I'm not going to rush back because it was such a long way away. But I really did enjoy visiting New Zealand. So if you're from New Zealand, you've ever been and you can...
I have been.
Yeah, you've been.
Yeah. Yeah, we went 9 years ago. It was a tremendous experience. Fantastic. I'd recommend it. Really would recommend it. South Island in particular. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Here we are.
Anyway,
back to
this is a business podcast and nothing to do with travel. So we'll move swiftly on. Right. So before we bring our guests on, Chris, not a huge amount of Uckfield business news, but the Maiden's Head made headlines last year with the closure of the high street and all the shenanigans with those temporary lights at the top of town. It's gone a bit quiet really there now, hasn't it? So what's the latest from your point of view?
I haven't heard anything, and I have to say I think it's a little bit. We were told at the meetings that we went to, you and I were at in the late summer, in the autumn. We were told they would keep us informed of what's going on. I walk past there frequently, bearing in mind where I live in the town. I don't see anything happening. We hear nothing officially or unofficially. I think we do need to say to Wealdon what is happening, because what we do know is the work that was done back in the summer is only part of it. There is more to come. We don't know the extent. We don't know the dates. We don't know when or how. I do think we need to find out in the interest of the business community, particularly those at the top of the town who were affected badly last year. And they'll be asking questions as well. They will be concerned about it. So I think we need to ask some polite questions of the officers at Wealdon. What is happening? We want an update so we can get the information out to our members and further afield. So hopefully we can get that sorted out.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. And we have written to Wealdon District Council. We're waiting to hear from them.
Yes.
I mean, they've got other things on their mind, of course, with our neighbouring town hitting national headlines, and we won't comment about that on this show, of course.
No, I don't think we will.
No, we won't. No, definitely not. But we will pursue the Maiden's Head issue and try and give people an update as soon as we know anything. I think it'll make a very good Wetherspoons. I've said this before as a building, but that's conjecture. We don't know any of that stuff going forward. We just know that the work is still to be done. So, Chris, we've got a guest on today. We had a bit of a few technical issues pre-show. So, producer Guy Gordon, have you got both our guests in the background now? We have Parfitt Cresswell Solicitors joining us today. Natasha Smith from Parfitt Cresswell and Sharon Callery. First of all, hello to you, Natasha. How are you?
Hi, Ian. I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. And Sharon, are you with us?
I'm with us, hopefully. Yes, much better now that we're connected. Thank you very much.
Listen, I'm going to share this with everyone watching. Right? Okay. So pre-show, we were waiting. We were twiddling our thumbs, and we were waiting for these ladies to join us. And they were trying to set it all up, and they couldn't hear us. We couldn't hear them. And it went on and on for ages. And in the end, we said, look, try a different route. And we just made it.
We made it work. Apologies for that.
There we go. We kept very calm. We knew it would be okay.
Chris, I think Parfitt Cresswell have got some business news of their own. So which one of you ladies is going to share your big business news?
Big news.
I'm happy to. Yes, we've got some news. We've been in Uckfield. We've got many offices around the southeast, but we've been in Uckfield for a few years now, based over on the industrial estate. And we are actually moving location later this year to a new office in the centre of town, just behind Waitrose, Rother House, it's called. And we're really excited. We're expanding, developing, as the firm is generally over the, all different departments, different areas. But yeah, it's a really good move for us to be becoming more central to the town centre itself and being part of the local business community.
And Rother House, that's in the office village. This is the old Rixon K building. What was Rixon K? Oh, right,
yeah,
wonderful.
The village area. Yeah, like I say, behind Waitrose, so it's really easy for people to get to for parking and all of those sorts of things. So that's going to be happening in a few months' time. We're refurbing the office, getting it ready for us and for our clients. There's a bit of work to be done before we move in, but it's likely to be in the summer, we expect.
So you're saying that Rixon K didn't leave it in a state for another firm of solicitors to move straight into?
I've got nothing to do with that. I just know that they're updating it and making it it's similar to what we have here already, essentially. So
very good. So long as I can carry on parking there, I'll be happy.
I think there's 12 spaces.
Yeah. Anyway, Natasha, Sharon, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We're going out live, of course, so maybe some of your colleagues are watching, even clients, who knows. So we've got some questions for you. Chris and I are going to ask you and just have a general chat. But tell us a little bit about the business, first of all. I think you've alluded to it, Natasha, but tell us a little bit about the business. The size of it, how long you've been in Uckfield, that kind of thing, and how many of you in the town, working in the town?
Yeah, okay. Across the firm, we've got 8 offices all across the southeast, ranging from Windsor and Reading to Haywards Heath to Uckfield, Tunbridge Wells, Edenbridge. We've got quite a wide range, and we offer a wide range of services as well. So we cover all sorts of areas. I deal with employment law. We have a litigation team here. We have Sharon, one of our residential conveyancing members. We do family law, private client, commercial property. We cover a really broad range of services. So our clients can come to us. They might come to us for one area that they need some assistance with, but we often represent them in other areas as well, and we build those relationships. We've been in Uckfield, I think it's coming up for about 5-6 years now, over, like I say, on the industrial estate. But the firm, the current owners have had the firm we were looking at it earlier. It's coming up for 30 years now that the current owners have owned the firm, but the firm has been in existence since the early 1900s. So it's been around for a long time as a firm.
Okay, so you're going past your centenary, you've got other things to celebrate. So 30 years current. And the guys in the middle there, in their smart suits, I think Simon's in the background there. Is that your sort of the senior management team, the partners? Is that right?
Yeah, that's the senior leadership team at the moment. And there's a few photos there, aren't there? Some of us at Christmas and different awards we've been involved in. So,
Sharon, let's bring you in. Tell us about these pictures where you've all got white T-shirts on and Santa hats.
Yes. So that was at St James Hospice Shop just before Christmas. And we basically did a stall there as part of the Uckfield shopping night. And
late night shopping.
The late night shopping night. And it was really great, actually. We were giving hot chocolate away and sweets and mince pies and just having a chat with people who came over to see us. And it was just really good to get our profile out there.
And have you got a particular relationship with St Peter and St James as a business?
We do support them. Yes, we do support them. And actually, we've got a few events coming up. On Friday, the 13th of March, we're going to be there for most of the day. And that's a pop-in legal clinic. And there'll be people from each sort of area of law there. And you can come in and have a chat with one of us. I think we're going to be there between about 10 and 4. And then we've got another one on Saturday, the 4th of April as well. So a weekend one for people who are at work during the week. But we thought it was just a good way to get out there in the local community and also support the hospice as well.
Yeah. Is that a charity that...
Chris, have you ever been to a legal clinic before?
I can't say I
have. That's a funny word for it, actually, isn't it? Maybe I shouldn't describe it quite like that.
I was going to ask, are they your charity of the year, or is it just do you move around various charities, and what's the relationship with them?
We support a number of charities, don't we, Sharon, I believe? But we do have a close relationship with St Peter's and St James's, and we've done a few things with them recently. We were at the quiz night last week, actually, that they held, so sort of helping to raise funds and awareness. But no, we do support many other charities as well locally. We're not sort of fixed on one.
That's good to hear, because it is so important for local businesses to support local charities, to provide that CSR. Do you have a CSR structure? Do you have a CSR policy, or is it random what you do?
No, I don't. No, I think there is a policy that we support where we can. Like I say, across a range of different organisations. So our business development and marketing team, they have those connections, and then we as individuals will then do everything we can to sort of support that and go to events and just be sort of present really as much as we can be.
No, it's very worthy, very good.
I think, Chris, in terms of corporate social responsibility for a law firm or any professional for that matter, is be able to use their professional skills for the benefit of that organisation, either on a pro bono basis or on a at cost basis or something along those lines. So it's too big a subject for today, ladies. We're not going to quiz you on that, but it's something that maybe we should be thinking about going forward. It's not just tea and cakes at Christmas. I'm not belittling what you did, but it's about using your professional skills if you can in the community.
Absolutely.
I'm sure. Can I bring it back to one of the questions that we sort of rehearsed beforehand? Because we don't just go into this blind. One of the things I asked you to have a think about was why this sector for you personally? Why are you a solicitor, Natasha? And same question to you, Sharon. Let's do Natasha first. Why do you do what you do?
Yeah, it's interesting. I said to you, didn't I? I had to really sort of think, what drew me to law, and where did this start? And I was thinking that when I was younger, I wasn't sort of thinking about the legal profession or anything. I think I wanted to be a teacher at one point, because I used to line all my teddies and dolls up in my bedroom and take a register, and I liked being in charge. So my parents are chefs, so they've come from a completely different background. But I think I went off to college and I did A-level law, and I just loved it from day one. And I remember my tutor she was really fantastic, actually. And I remember her standing at the front of the first class saying, if you think this is going to be like Ally McBeal, you're in the wrong place. It's nothing like what you see on telly. And I just thought, oh, great, okay. And it just went from there. And I just really thoroughly enjoyed learning the subject, really, and wanted to go on and develop further, and went to university and did my degree in law at Hertfordshire Uni, and then went on to my postgraduate degree doing my legal practice course. So it just sort of developed, really. Just the more I did it, the more I was interested, and as I went through my studies and my training, you as a trainee solicitor, you work in different departments of the firm. You spend 6 months in each seat. And one of my seats was the employment seat, and I just love the area. I think it's really people based. I'm a people kind of person. I'm really interested in what people do with their lives. It's a really prominent part of people's lives, is what they do for a living. So I'm just really interested in that, and I like to help people. So people that find themselves in difficult situations with work, that's just something I'm naturally drawn to.
Yeah. Very good. Thanks, Tasha.
Employment law is.
Let me just come in, Chris, if I may. The employment law is a really important area, obviously, in relation to the chamber. And we have members, 230 of members, all different sectors. So employment law is a really important knowledge base, I suppose, that people need to be able to tap into. And you've kindly provided some content for our website. Up until now, you've done a few blogs, so keep those coming, Tasha.
I'm due to do another one actually very soon, so that's coming.
General advice about employment law, so we're grateful for that, and that gives you a bit of a platform as well. So, Chris, I'll bring you in a minute if I may. Same question to you, Sharon. You're a residential conveyancer.
Yes.
What drew you into being a resi conveyancer?
I'll try and make it sound exciting. It's quite a similar answer to Natasha, really. I mean, at 16, I left school. And before I left school, we had a sort of careers meeting. What do you want to do? And I thought, I'd quite like to be an interior designer. That sounds good. And I spoke to people at this careers fair, and they said, I don't know how you're going to do that. Okay. Then they sort of gave us a list of careers. And I thought, well, you can train as a legal executive, but work 4 days a week. and have one day off for study leave. And I thought, well, that sounds great because I can earn money and train. But initially I went into a private client firm in London and I didn't really enjoy it. And I got really interested in the property side of things. So then I moved over to property in about 1987 as an assistant, and then sort of moved up, gained more knowledge, and then did my exams via distance learning. So you trained at home, and back when I did my exams, everything was handwritten. Now it's all online. So and I managed to qualify, and I've just been doing the same job since 1986, since I left school.
Very good. So when you do residential conveyancing and you show, do you ever get into the houses to show people around? You can say, actually, I think that bit should be there.
Yeah.
You should change those curtains and that wall could come down. There's your interior design bit that you.
I know that could. I wish there was a crossover. No, we don't get all we get to do is look at the pictures, and that's about it. I know. I wish we could.
Chris, do you want to ask the next question on our list? It's about CPD. You've got that there in front of you.
Yes, of course. Thank you. No, so I've just interested here, Natasha has to say about employment law. I just say we've got all these new regulations coming in with employment law. I understand they're coming in progressively, but between now and January, which is going to have a big impact on particularly on small businesses. Of course, the majority of all the chamber members are small businesses, and the small businesses struggle with these regulations. There's going to be more coming. It's cost, it's time, it's energy, it's resource, and I really do sort of question the impact it's going to have, which is it's good for business, I'm sure, but it's good for lawyers, but not as good for the small businesses. But nonetheless, on CPD, obviously both of you being professionals, maintaining and keeping up to date with what's happening, what's changing with the employment law changing. How do you tackle that? What provision does Parfitt Cresswell make for the CPD and getting the training and getting to the events to get all that background information which you can develop? How do you handle it? How do you do it?
I think it's an ongoing thing, really, as part of our roles. I particularly, one of the things that I love about employment law, from just in terms of my own career, is actually how fast paced it is and how interesting it can be. It's so varied, and I like that. And I think we have to keep up to date with developments all the time, regardless, because obviously our clients are coming to us to say, look, what do I need to do about this situation? I need to prepare for that, or this has come up. How can I resolve it? So we do have to be up to date and make sure we're aware of what's going on. And I think employment, as you said, that there's a huge changes coming in over the next 18 months or so through the new Employment Rights Act 2025, which was passed just before Christmas, and they're coming in staggered sections. But to kind of keep up to date with that, it is really a lot of reading, a lot of researching, webinars and training. That's all part of our role anyway. But I think at the moment I'm definitely delving into the detail, because a lot of this is the devil is in the detail, really, with employment law. It's how things are drafted, it's the interpretation of them. So it's really key to make sure that any sort of policies or documents that clients are relying on are accurate and are going to help them to navigate these changes.
Are there any, in this new legislation that's coming through, are there any aspects of which really sort of stand out, which you think as a lawyer could impact badly on small businesses and the owners of small businesses?
Yeah, I think it's the thing is, the new act is so broad, it affects everybody in so many ways. So it's actually quite hard. There are some things you think, maybe that's more of a minor change, that's not so significant, but it's the cumulative effect of everything that is really quite important. But the headlines are obviously what catches people's attention with the news. At one point it was the day one unfair dismissal rights that were being proposed. Luckily, fortunately, that's been scaled back. There's still going to be a significant shift from the current position, which is for majority of employers need a minimum of 2 years service before they have certain employment rights. And that will be scaled back to 6 months service. So that's still a really big shift in how organisations can mitigate that risk of any potential unfair dismissal claims. And then there's things like statutory sick pay is changing in April. So that's quite an immediate, that's quite quick, that change coming in. which is, and for some companies it might not affect them because they might offer enhanced sickness pay entitlement. So the statutory side of it might not matter, but like you say, for a lot of small businesses who tend to offer the statutory minimum that they're required to offer to all staff, that will change, and it will be a financial impact quite quickly, really. That, for example, at the moment, an employee or a worker has there's a 3-day waiting period, they call it, before sick pay kicks in, and so they don't get sick pay until the 4th day. That will change to the 1st day of sickness.
Day one.
So any day of absence for sickness reasons they'll be entitled to sick pay. However, there will still be all the usual requirements to follow in terms of reporting absence, and I think what will happen for employers is, I think it's going to be about looking at how they monitor sickness absence, how they deal with it. Do they carry out their return to work interviews? Because although there might be this immediate change that they think, oh, financially that's quite significant, if they're on top of their procedures, it may actually mean further down the line the financial cost will be less, because people might not be taking those days off if they handle sickness absence in the correct way. So it will take time to see how that really
see how it settles in, see how it shapes up then. So okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. Sharon, what about you in terms of your role as residential conveyancer? Have you got any words of wisdom for us? What's the one golden rule that people should follow when purchasing residential property?
It can take a long time, and that is not the best thing to say, and I can understand why people get frustrated, but there's an awful lot that goes on in the background, and what we're trying to do as conveyancers is to make sure, in very basic terms, that you buy a house that you can sell again. So if there are problems with the lease, problems with the title, we want to get them rectified before you commit to completing on the purchase. So even though it takes a long time, it's all for the right reasons. And if you're sort of sitting at home thinking, why haven't I heard anything? With us, we have direct lines. You can call us and say, look, what's going on? And we'll tell you, sorry, bit of a delay because we have to sort this aspect of the purchase out or this aspect of the sale out. So I think that's a common frustration, though, when people are moving. Why is it taking so long? It's often because there's a chain or problems somewhere along the line.
Okay, so patience is the key word.
Patience, go into it thinking this is going to take a long time, and hopefully you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Very good, very good. Now, on our screen here, apologies for those of you that are listening back on the podcast version, we've got a picture here of various people, and one of them we haven't spoken about is Simon presenting an award to the Children's Respite Trust in 2024. Were you at that awards evening, either of you?
I was there, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
so
I wasn't.
Could you remember, Sharon, what the category was? Because I haven't got it in front of me.
Oh, I can't. It's really frustrating, isn't it?
We should have rehearsed.
I do remember. I know. I do remember the evening very well.
We should have rehearsed it better. But this time around, you're sponsoring the best new business in 2026, Parfitt Cresswell. So thank you for being part of the business awards that are coming up later this year. And that's a note to me, Chris. Remind me at the end of the show to mention that again.
Yes, very important.
You would. Great. So I just want to finish by asking you a couple of more questions, ladies, if I can. What advice would you give to your younger self at 16? We've spoken about you leaving school at 16, Sharon, so let me come to you first.
That's a very good question. I think it's when you go from training and then suddenly qualify, it's quite daunting. You've suddenly got a lot of responsibility. So I think the advice would be believe in yourself, but don't be scared to ask questions. And you're not a failure if you don't know something, because nobody knows everything. So always ask questions.
Oh, I like that. That's very wise.
Oh, there you go.
You don't know what you don't know, do you? So
exactly,
I mean, and we all live and learn. I know they're cliches, but that's life.
It's true, and it's foolish. It's foolish to think that you know everything. I mean, because we've just discussed, the law changes all the times, and there's often things that you don't know, and you have to research or ask someone else. So
definitely.
That would be the advice to myself.
I suppose mine would be just not to worry so much about everything. I think when I when I first, at that age, I was thinking, well, what am I going to do? Am I going to do this or do that? And I think things work themselves out, don't they? Like I say, you don't always have to have a plan of where you're going. I think, generally life has a way of working things out. So try to just kind of take it in stages is what I would say.
I think that's the problem, isn't it? You leave school at 16 and you don't really know what you want to do. So it's quite good to be open and just see what opportunities come along.
Yeah, or what's right for you as well. At 16, so even living at 18, it's very young. You know, what's your emerging skill set? What's your emerging interest? What's going to engage you and motivate you to go and do it successfully and get a good salary and get a good career progression? It's very difficult. It really is. So it's. I was going to ask, just perhaps as we sort of get to wrap up on these things, what do you two do when you're not working? What do you do away from work? You know, what relaxation do you have, or do you have any relaxation?
Yoga.
Very
good. It's great. Yes. Yep. But then when the lady says be quiet and don't think about anything, I end up thinking about work, which probably isn't the plan, but I still enjoy it.
Yes. Yeah. Right. Okay. Very good. Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Well, there we go. What about you?
Natasha, what about you?
What do I do outside of work? I do Pilates as well, actually, so similar to yoga. I've just joined a new gym, which actually I'm really enjoying. I've got two kids that I'm running around after and a dog. So I love going for dog walks to get away from everybody. A mixture of things, really. Socialising, catching up with friends. We quite like going out for dinner, don't we, Sharon?
Oh, yeah.
We like talking about what we're going to have.
That's our highlight.
Yeah,
we've had that discussion this morning. Yeah.
So what's the next restaurant you're going to visit in Uckfield?
Well, there's going to be a new one, isn't there? Where Thai Tear was. I hear it's going to be Lebanese. Right. Is that?
Yeah, we're intrigued by that, aren't we? And also
I drove past earlier. There's all awnings up. So there's obviously things going on internally. Really? It's all the windows are covered up. So there's things happening. Yeah, going to be interesting. Yeah. Somebody somewhere. What was it? I was told. Oh, never mind. No, I did hear something, but I forgot what it is now. Never mind.
Okay. We thank you, ladies, for joining us today. Really appreciate your time, and thank you for your engagement with the Chamber. I know, as we said earlier, you write blog content, Tasha. You often come to our events, which we're well known for. So let's just talk about those events now. Stay with us for the rest of the show, and we'll just have a little debrief afterwards as well. So, Gordon, do we have our events up? There we go. So the next a big event that we have is our AGM, which is actually a month today, on Thursday, the 26th of March. It's at the East Sussex National, and it's free to our members. You do need to be a member of the Chamber to attend. So you can book online via Eventbrite, book a free place, and hopefully you guys will be there. I'm sure you will, because you always support our stuff. But so that's on the 26th of March. And then we move on to an event. This is the second one of these that we're doing. The first one was very well received last year. We called it Pitch Perfect Workshop. At our events, where our breakfast events, there's an opportunity, as you know, to stand up for 60 seconds and do an elevator pitch. And that can be quite a daunting thing, can't it, Sharon?
Definitely.
Yeah. So you can brush up on those skills by coming along to this Pitch Perfect Workshop. It's on Monday, the 13th of April. It's just for a couple of hours, and it's free to our members. So if you fancy that, either of you, be very, very welcome. I think we've got about 8 people booked already on it. And it's at the Civic Centre. So we're looking forward to hosting another one of those to help our members. And if you're not a member and you'd like to attend, then you still can for £15. Then earlier this week, we had a nice Chamber informal business lunch. I couldn't make it. Sharon, were you there? I think you were there.
No, it's Natasha and Lydia went.
Tasha went.
I normally go, but
How was it, Tash, on Tuesday?
Oh, it was fabulous. Yeah, really. Yeah, I like the restaurant, actually. The food is amazing, and it was really nice to catch up with people. Saw lots of familiar faces. Yeah, it was a really good event.
Very good. Had you been there before?
I have, yeah. I really like Turkish food.
One of the things that I think is nice about our events is we take them around the town or the area. And if you've not been to somewhere, it's quite nice to visit with a Chamber event. And the next one of the lunches is on a Wednesday this time. It's on the 15th of April, and it's at the Piltdown Man. And booking is open for that one now. We opened it this morning. The inks.
It says trading boundaries.
No, I was confused.
It says trading boundaries.
What did it say that? Yes, it does. That was a typo that we missed out. But the picture says the Piltdown Man. So thanks for pointing that out, Chris.
Very welcome.
It's a Piltdown Man. That's the lunch on the 15th of April. So you can book on that. But the next event is at Trading Boundaries. There we go. This is the Chamber Networking Breakfast. This is our next breakfast. This is on the 23rd of April at Trading Boundaries. We had one there last October, which was really successful. So
very good
for that one as well. And finally, is there anything else? Yes, the next podcast, of course, is a month today. So we've got the podcast at lunchtime, and then we have the AGM in the evening. And our guest next time is Melissa from a business called Fizz on Foot. And if you're not sure what that is, you'll just have to tune in and find out. Really innovative, different business. We're looking to find out a little bit more about her and her business in a month from now. So, Chris, anything finally from you?
I don't think so. No, I think we've done very well. Thank you, ladies, for coming along and talking to us today, giving us an introduction to what you do. And we'll look forward to seeing your new, even shinier office in the town centre in hopefully, well, you said a few months. So hopefully early summer, late spring, early summer, you'll be in there and very much in the heart of the business community in Uckfield. So good luck with the move and good luck with that, all those changes going on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for joining us and enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.